Hey everybody, if you haven't done this so yet, make sure that you hit that like, subscribe button to follow us on YouTube and check out our Facebook page and everything else along the line. Thanks to Torque Motorsports in Moncton for lending us this 500 DPS max and the 700 max XT model. We're going to talk about what our thoughts are and what the key differences are between these two machines currently. I drove the 700 for the most part of today. Chris mostly drove the 500. We did swap a couple times. We found what the key differences were that we couldn't really see online. So one major key difference is the 500 runs by throttle. The throttle runs by cable, so it is not drive-by-wire, where the 700 XT is. Now I would assume the 700 base model, just like what that 500 is also a drive-by cable and not a drive-by-wire. I'm assuming fully. I don't have one. I can't fully check that to be sure. The 700 XT, however, has the electronic brake control, so you can set it to minimum, and maximum, and off. The base does not have any at all. It is what it is. You let go of the throttle. It takes about 3 seconds or so, and then it will engage. It's got a winch. The winch has a built-in on your handlebar. It's got the controls right there built into the whole thing. It looks super clean set up, really quite nice. The front storage racks, which you'll see throughout the video. You're not just gonna have just me here standing around. They're great, man. We hold so much stuff. We got like all our gear basically, other than some of the camera stuff I put in my backpack, or well, his backpack, but the channel's backpack, I guess.
Very, very nice addition to the new models, I must say. What else is there to talk about on them?
The differences between the tires.
Yeah, the base model has the small 26s.
It's also 26s, but on a 14.
Yep. Steel wheels, 2 alloys. It also has the new storage compartments for the cell phones. The XT has the actual magnetic base with the USB. The base 500 DPS doesn't have it. Both very comfortable machines. A1 improvement over the last year's model.
Yeah, the G3 platform are excessively comfortable. I don't know if it's just because it's a max or not, but they are unbelievably how much smoother. Like, you're hitting bumps at 60 kilometers an hour, like it doesn't even care that it's there. On top of that, if I were to go out and buy one myself personally, I would buy the 700. If I were constantly driving up with 2 people, it would be definitely still the 700. If I am an older couple or a younger person who wants to start in the sport, I would definitely look at the 500, because it's not a bad rig. It still gets up and moves. It's just not as quick.
It's done everything we've asked.
Yeah, it's just not as quick.
It's not as quick to get there.
Yeah, it's a decent rig. Tires got to go, and you got to put a winch on. Those are the 2 things right off the bat. Not that you're gonna use your winch every weekend. You might never use the winch at all, but it's that one time when you're like, gee, I wish I had a winch. That's when you really want that winch. And it's not like they're crazy money either to buy a winch. The base has the old key ignition. The XT has the electronic key also. So with the electronic key, some insurers will give you a discount for it. Not all, some do. Because it's supposedly safer to steal. Or not safer to steal. Harder to steal. Other than that, I think that more or less covers it. They both ride really good. The 500 is quieter than the 700, which is kind of odd considering they're the same engine. It must be the way that the exhaust, either the exhaust or the tuning is one of the 2 main something behind that.
If you're looking for any sort of power difference, the 700 is the way to go for them. The 700 is a lot snappier and no problems to get up and go, and it's probably comparable to the old 650 V-twin, just not the same amount of torque. But more than enough to get you out and have a good time.
Same conventional shocks, both sides. Because they are max models, they have heavy duty springs on them.
Both have the tri mode.
Yeah, they both have power steering. Other than that, I guess really final thoughts is they're both really good machines. Would I buy one? Yes. Would I tell anybody to buy something else? Not really, but I definitely lean them towards the 700 XT. It just has those little tiny bit of extra features for, I think it's like $1,800 and change more. And you're just getting slightly better premium, more stuff. Like between the 14-inch rims instead of 12-inch rims. You get better tires right off the factory. So their rate alone, like there's $1,000 savings. The winch, the Can-Am winches are heavier money than buying one yourself. So there's about $600. So you're at $1,600, and then you include the cell phone stuff, the winch, also where the winch, how the winch is mounted, your actual switch. That's nice too. Then your sport mode, because the 700 XT has sport mode. And then you can play with your electronic brake, and then you can also put it in work mode. So if you do want to do stuff around your house, you can just set it in work, so it's all low power and not enough high. Normal mode. Chris played with normal mode earlier. He says it just feels like it hits a certain spot, and then it kind of.
You can push through it. But
it doesn't. It doesn't. The tune is kind of odd.
Yeah.
So it's kind of put it in sport and forget it if you're going to drive on trail. They are wicked on fuel today.
Compared to the last V-twin models.
Yeah, like we've put a half decent amount of kilometers today on them. We've driven them hard, and they're easy on fuel. Like we're not even on empty. We're not close to empty. I'm hovering right around half, and I started off with 1 bar down as it was.
I'm still above 3/4.
And Chris is above 3/4 in the 500.
I would say the 500 is better on fuel than the 700.
The 500 is definitely easier on fuel than the 700. So if fuel mileage is one of your big concerns about buying one of these things, get the 500 then. Because if you're concerned about fuel mileage, having all the power in the world is definitely not something that you're after. I find the 700 just as quick, if not quicker, than the old 650. Chris disagrees with me. We're going to have to...
test that out.
Yeah, one of these days we're going to have to test that out between our two machines. As you can see, we are in a random spot for filming this. We had a nice spot. Everybody kept coming, so it's a little hard to do the video when everybody comes. Other than that, watch the other video for the ride review and just general riding around in Dieppe Memorial Cook area. Catch you on the next time. Make sure you go check out Torque Motorsports in Moncton, and let us know what you think of this video.